I'm going to show you 3 must-do morning moves that I highly recommend you include, whether it's in the morning or maybe at another part of your day. It is so important that we expose our body to these kind of movements. Otherwise, what happens is if we don't move it, we lose it. We lose our ability to move into these ranges of motion, and it's really not that hard to do. You can do this in seriously a few minutes. In this video, I'm going to show you these 3 moves and ways you can explore it in just a few minutes. The first move is spine flexion and extension. So there are several ways you can explore this. Some are more passive and are working on the articulation of the spine, and some are more active. A really simple way to explore spine flexion and extension is through our cat-cow. So I like to do our cat-cow in an articulating way. So starting in extension, so dropping through the middle of the spine, lifting the head, chest and tailbone. Now from here, starting at the bottom, you can start to tuck the tailbone and work into your spine flexion. So lower back, then middle back, and then upper back until we finally look down, and then starting at the bottom again. So dropping through that lower back, middle back and upper back. And if it feels difficult to think about one vertebra at a time, you can think about it in thirds. So lower third flexors, middle third flexors, upper third flexors, so we're in that rounded back, and then extension, middle back extension and upper back extension looking up. Try one more time with me. Flexion of the lower back, flexion of the middle back, flexion of the upper back. So we're in a full rounded spine, and then dropping through that lower back, middle back and upper back. Another really nice way to explore this is pressing back into your child's pose, which is a rounded spine. So this would be your flexion. So really stretch the arms and spread the fingers. From here, keeping that spine flexion, start to shift forward. So we end up in that rounded back, but we're going to articulate from the lower back, starting to drop the hips, middle back, upper back, and we ended up in like a supported up dog here. And when you get here, you can always look over one shoulder or the other, and then starting from your chin, start to round, start to shift rounded back, shift the hips back at the same time, and stretch back into that child's pose. Take a breath in, exhale, shifting forward in that rounded spine and articulating one vertebra at a time from the lower back, middle back, upper back. It should feel really nice on your spine. Again, you can stay here as long as you need, and then tucking your chin, starting to round through that upper back, middle back, lower back, and reaching. We'll do this one more time all together so you can really experience what this one feels like. Inhale, exhale as we move and transition, and then coming into our up dog. Nice open spine, getting that back bend, and then rounding through and reaching back. Now, a more active way to do this one would be to do maybe a standing version, which would be more like a roll down and then a spine extension. The spine extension is something that we miss a lot in our modern day. Everything we do is rounded, and then we forget to be able to access this, and if we don't practice it, we lose our ability to move in that direction. So have your feet hip width apart, standing up nice and tall. Now for the back bend, I like to bring my fingertips pointing down towards my heels, shoulders roll back. Now you can tuck your tailbone a little bit and squeeze your bottom, shift the hips forward, and you can bring your chest up to the sky for a back bend, and then come up. Roll the shoulders down and back, pull the elbows together, shift forward the hips and look up to the sky. So we're in a whole body back bend. You know, obviously it's a movement. You probably realize now I don't get into this much. It might feel stiff, but just exploring it once a day can be really powerful. And one more. And then obviously we can counter it with an easy controlled roll down. So I like to have it really controlled by making a fist straight arm. So I'm nice and active, tucking your chin, starting to roll down one vertebra at a time. The good thing with doing the standing version is you also get that length through the back of the legs. You can bend the knees as much as you like, and you can even stay in that forward fold with bent knees
just allowing the head to really drop, that length through the back of the legs and the back of the spine. You might want to add in a little shift to the left and right, and this is a really nice way to stretch that thoracolumbar fascia, that middle back fascia, and then you can start to press through the feet and roll up again. So just a few more of these. Inhale. You can change it up and maybe roll down 45 degrees and see how that feels. It's another way. And then as you get to the bottom, you can do 45 degrees to the other side and roll back up. That's a nice version. And then going down the other way. Finding that angle, rolling down, coming across, and then pressing through the legs and rolling up. Okay, so that is spine flexion and extension. The second position that is really important we access hopefully every morning, but at some point through our day, is a deep squat. So if you come down into your deep squat and you find you get there and your heels don't touch the ground, that's okay, it's totally fine. You can firstly just explore the squat, kind of going, shifting left and right, and have the heels slightly elevated. You can also roll up a towel or a block underneath your heels and actually bring the ground up into your heels. And then slowly we lower that platform down until your heels can reach the ground. Now maybe your heels can reach the ground, but it's really uncomfortable. That's okay. This is why we're practicing it. We want it to be a comfortable position. So things you can do in your deep squat. You can just breathe. Look around. You can bring your elbows into the inside of your knees and palms together, and we can press down and open. 10 of these is a really awesome exercise here, really keeping the chest open. We've also done lots of tutorials in our YouTube channel for the deep squat, so go check them out. You can go for a twist, is another great one. So opposite hand to the ankle here, if you can see me there. And then from here, you can just draw the elbow to the sky, or maybe the whole arm reaches open and comes back down. Open and down. And as we move through these movements, the deep squat, we start to unlock things. Things start to slowly chip away and it becomes easier over time. But we need to spend the minutes here. That is the tricky part, is we need to spend the time in our deep squat in order for it to improve and feel more comfortable. You can, here from your deep squat, just shift and tap one knee down, is another awesome one, coming back through. And this sort of starts to explore different floor positions, and our ability to maintain getting up and down off the floor with ease and comfort as we get older is really important. So that is why we practice these. So great for our ankles, mobility and strength, our knees. You can see my knees are in extreme flexion here, and that feels fine. And also our hips. Okay, awesome. So eventually you want to spend around 2 minutes to 5 minutes in your deep squat. The third must-do move to incorporate into your morning routine or throughout your day, every day, is hip opening exercises. So things that open our hip capsule into different directions. We sit for most of our day. Even if you don't have an office job, you will find that you'll be sitting in that 90-degree position through your hips for a majority of your day. And so that is why it's so important to spend just a few minutes opening up our hips here. So the best way to do this is to get on the floor. I really like the Z sit. So just practicing moving from Z sit to Z sit, side to side. You can have the hands behind you here as you shift, or you can have the hands above, off the ground, so that you're more active as you move side to side. I also really enjoy doing a sequence here where we're on one side of our Z sit, so you can follow along and you'll get the hang of it. From here, come into the middle and we're going to explore our butterfly. So feet together, knees wide. Now, as you explore this position, you can have a little shift forward. The next position is our pancake, so the legs come wide. You can shift. And then we're going to find our Z sit on the other side. So we come in and we do a little shift. We come back through our center, butterfly.
Then we open up, pancake. Whatever depth you have is totally fine. Z sit. You can have the hands behind your lower back to keep your back nice and tall. As you have that little hinge from the hips, trying to maintain that flat spine. So not rounding here, keeping that length. You can also try this with the hands reaching up as you hinge. Have the legs wide. It's another really nice exploration. You'll find if you set a timer and do this sequence for a minute, 2 minutes, or 1 minute blocks, your hips will really feel super limber by the end of it. All right. So I hope you found these 3 must-do moves helpful and you can start incorporating them into your day or into your morning routine right now. Let me know how it was for you. I'd love to hear it in the comments below. And if you were interested, on May 12th, we have 7-day morning movement challenge, where every day for 7 days, you will commit to a 15 to 20 minute morning mobility routine that we will deliver you. Now, for a limited time, you can sign up to the A-Life Express for just 1 month for $14. That is so cheap. We've made it really accessible for everybody to join. I hope you can join. I'll put the details in the description below. But otherwise, thanks for following along, and I look forward to moving with you soon.